So basically, the only thing we can't film in here is the cameras, though. Can't film the cameras. That's the only thing. But we have a kitchen. We have laundry room. We have locker rooms. We have bunks. We share bunks to sleep at night. The 2 hours of sleep we do get. And then this is the trainees' knowledge corner. So in this knowledge corner, trainees will compete to earn walks and to conduct the ceremony by using their 17 pages of knowledge and competing against each other. Whoever can recall the knowledge the fastest earns the right to guard the unknowns. Essentially, also, when doing 3-minute goes, they change out of this uniform into that uniform in under 3 minutes. And whoever can change faster can also earn the right to guard the unknowns.
I'm gonna go ask
where you're from. We have the DX cabinet. So it's kind of our arts and crafts cabinet where we have all the tools we need to fix our uniforms. So right here we have a uniform. Everything on this uniform is handmade. Making this uniform top to bottom can take roughly, I'd say, to the maximum 12 hours. So he's had to stitch on his staff sergeant rank. He's had to shine and polish his citations. He has to measure everything to 1/16 of a tick, 1/16 of an inch on this micrometer. Everything is measured to that exact standard. These medals are handmade, and the inside of the blouse is all stripped of silk inside to reduce the heat, insulation of heat inside the blouse. So it's all very much a work of labor of love, making these uniforms to make them look the way they do, as opposed to the normal Army uniform.
Sure.
Yep. And these rifles are our training rifles. So these are the old rifles we used to have. It has a different stain, different sanding job on it. But these were the trainees used to practice for 2 hours a day, during the day, during summer hours. So the trainees will use these mirrors and will conduct their ceremony and their rifle manual. And our manual is very specific, where we're trying to achieve a certain angle on everything. So this rifle should be straight, parallel to my head, and it should be at a right angle with my arm. And when we go to rock off the rifle, for example, it should be perfectly crisp. Like this. Everything should be
How did this get in my pocket?
in that same way on this other side of the arm. So all those deficiencies are watched closely on the trainee. And when it comes to testing, for example, your first test to get into the tomb is, there's 14 deficiencies allowed in your first test when it comes to doing ceremonies and doing a uniform. Doing the ceremony and uniform, those tests have over 100 deficiencies each. You can get 14 in the tryouts. When you get to the final test, badge test, you can only get 2 deficiencies. And if you mess up twice, you get removed from that too. So it's very, it's quite the change of pace.
Oh, yeah.
And here, I'd like to show you our custom SIGs. So we have 4 of these 6 hours, M17s, and they have a very custom job to them. So Sig Sauer had offered the Army a free contract to give us custom SIGs. It's only 4 of them in existence, and to produce these SIGs, it was roughly 20,000 gross to shut down the assembly lines to make these, certain assembly lines. And on the SIG, you can see his XXI, 21, for 21 steps, 21 gun salute, and then peace, victory, and valor on the extended magazine. Those are the 3 figures on the tomb. And those 3 figures are also etched on the top of the slide right there. And then here, there's wood panels. This wood comes from the deck of the USS Olympia, which escorted the unknowns, or the first unknown, in 1921. So that comes from that same ship. Same thing with the emblems, the Old Guard emblem and the Tomb Guard emblem. These emblems come from the propeller of that same ship. And in 1998, a Tomb Guard was on the plaza when they disinterred First Lieutenant Blassie. And in 1998, there was a lot of dust coming up from the disinterment. So a Tomb Guard acquired some of the dust from the disinterment and had SIG place the dust inside of the iron sights on the SIG. So they're very much extremely symbolic piece of equipment we have. And each of them have a custom name. So this is Respect. And then the pistol being carried right now by Captain Stolarski is Silence. Silence being one of my favorite names for a pistol. And then we have the inclement weather pistol. So when it's raining or snowing, which it can get very, very wet on the plaza, and sometimes it snows so much we can't see our steps anymore, we have to use these. And the same thing, they just have a matte finish. So if you'd like to hold it, sir, it is clear.
Sergeant from Block Chains.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Just to see the shoe here. So I'm sure you've shined some shoes
Yeah.
back in the day, and these are the same leather Oxfords that they were used traditionally. And these shoes that we have, they start out like this.
Yeah,
And
that's what I mean. He hasn't earned like
Wakely, can I get?
5 Sundays.
Your shoe, real quick.
I don't even doubt that he did.
So, are you done yet?
He will take that product, and this is not finished yet, but he's going to take this product and he's going to put hundreds of layers of polish to achieve the mirror shine. And we also polish the soles to make them as shiny as the toe block. So it's just sand, 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 polish, polish, polish. And to get a good shoe up initially will take about 10 hours. It is a ton of polishing to meet a specific standard. These do not meet the standard. This is one of the trainees' shoes. But he's been working on it all day and all night for the past week. So it's getting there.
Need water to get back here. Hurry up.
A little detail here. So these shoes have cheaters on them, so when they clicking noise, that's actually paying homage to the 3rd Cavalry Regiment. So they were one of the first military unit to guard the unknowns in 1926. So they had spurs on their boots. We were trying to replicate that noise with the clickers. And finally, our ready rack for the Sentinels. This is my rack. We will have our inspection gloves for the day, our keepers, our hat, scabbard, and glasses. Of course, these are my glasses. These are the Oakleys that tomb guards get, and you can only get these Oakleys if you're a tomb guard. And our sea caps are custom made, so unlike the regular army, we use wire hangers to make them as flat as possible. And we burn the hats to get rid of any frizziness, and we shine the buttons.
I want to ask if it's like the Sparta that's like next to my hometown.
And these flags are kind of our first assignment here at the tomb. We make these out of 4 rolls of tape to make these flags. Mine's a little bit beaten because I've been here for a year now. We put all of our walks, all our special events, wreaths we've conducted with diplomats or VIPs, the President of the United States. We'll put those important events on our flags as a keepsake.
Find out. Is it that one?
And finally,
It is? You look bad.
The lady I asked is wearing a white,
so
freaking
just like
purple and
just
yellow
like this
t-shirt.
holster over
And it
here,
says that?
this scabbard,
No, it just
these
says
start
Paula.
out
I'm like, what's the name? She's like,
as the
something
initial issue
like Holiday Park
scabbards.
International, and I'm like,
Oh, okay.
we have your
This
Good.
parkerized
Okay.
Kevlar, and we put at least 3 to 4 cans of shiny reflective paint on the leather piece and on here. So it's just 3 to 4 cans, and then we use a jeweler's rouge and a buffing machine to buff these to this shine. So this goes to this, and I'd say about a month. It depends on how fast you can do this stuff, because sometimes there's bubbles, sometimes there's accidents in the paint, so you have to restart it. But this-
Impressive.
it's quite the detailed operation
You're
for
gonna
these
find
things.
out that I'm not.
And so I wish when I first came here, I thought we were just issued this stuff. And then when they handed this to me, I'm like, whoa, okay.
The rest is up to you, right?
That's pretty crazy. But a lot of the stuff we make by hand or just
I
customize
want to know who made
ourselves.
this.
And on our handkerchief here, we put our favorite coins. And it's one of the coins I received from my trainer, who was a Sentinel. He's no longer here, but he gifted this to me when I passed training.
Now, how long you been here?
I have been here for a year, sir.
Okay, so you got one
No,
left.
but I mean like.
One year left. Some guys can do more than 1 year. Some do up to 4 years. But the cartilage in my knee, I don't think can take. I still want to be in the Army for 20 years.
Sure.
So I'm not looking to completely dissipate my cartilage before then. Yeah, that kind of concludes our mini tour, sir. And